Hey guys, I'm gonna update my deck tech for the Jori En deck because I made quite a lot of changes since the first game. Um, so the mana base has shifted a little bit to have a lot more non-basics. I'm now only running 12 basics. Some of the notable additions are Desolate Lighthouse for extra draw, Dormant Volcano, and Coral Addle for the Cloud of Fairies combo. Um, I've added the Cycling Lands, Forgotten Cave, and Lonely Sandbar, I believe. Yeah. I've added a Halimar Depths. So just a lot of kind of filtering, pseudo scry, things like that to help the mana base. I also have both Terramorphic Expanse and Evolving Wilds in now for extra fetches. So the mana base has shifted to be a little bit more consistent. Then moving into the enchantments, so we've taken out Chandra and replaced her with Outpost Siege. Um, Outpost Siege works really well with our combos in the deck. So what you can end up doing is you can kill people with combo with Outpost Siege and the infinite combo with Deadeye and any of the bounce cards like the untap like Cloud of Fairies, Great Whale, and Peregrine Drake. So you can create, you can kill opponents with Outpost Siege that way. Um, One downside to that is that it is target creature or player, so you do have to target. So it doesn't get around things like cards that give players Shroud and stuff like that. Um, but it is an additional win condition. Um, so Elemental Mastery is another combo. Since this is going to replace the original deck tech, I'm going to go through all this stuff again. Elemental Mastery combos with Intruder Alarm to create infinite tokens. You equip it to any creature that has power 1 or greater, and it will create infinite tokens. Impact Tremors goes well with Elemental Mastery, as well as any of the twin combos. And then Telepathy was added to replace Peak, which while Peak draws you a card, it only looks at the player's hand once. Telepathy is nice in that it allows you to constantly see your opponent's hands. So if you are playing against blue decks, it gives you the ability to kind of check and see that the way is clear for you to combo out. Jace Living Guild Pact is remaining in the decks because it's kind of a pet card of mine. It was the first blue planeswalker I ever got, and I think that at the 4-drop slot he's not threatening, which is important as a planeswalker because planeswalkers do draw a lot of hate in EDH. So Jace is going to stay in that slot. I could replace him with Chandra, actually, for an additional Outpost Siege effect for the Khan's ability, as opposed to the Dragons. Outpost Siege is useful as both in this deck, but I think that I like Jace in this 4-drop slot. Moving on to the instants, we've taken out Stroke of Genius and replaced it with an Impulse. I've taken out the Dig Through Time and Treasure Cruise for more tutors like Mystical Tutor, and it's not in the instance section, but Merchant Scroll. So these kind of help me find long-term plans to set up my combo. A lot of the time, long-term plans is one of the key cards to the deck. So thank you to my YouTube viewers who suggested that. You have a lot of cantrips. It's kind of that's the basis of the deck. So Anticipate, Brainstorm, Ponders in the sorcery section, Preordain, Sleight of Hand, etc. So all those kind of things are going to help you find the combos. That's what they're there for. Fact or Fiction is also very good. Commune with Lava. These kinds of things to help trigger Jori En frequently and to help get into the combo pieces. So we've also added a little bit more control in this in the form of Cyclonic Rift. I've added Blasphemous Act, so I have more ways of dealing with a large board state. Um, let's see. Aside from that, you have the infinite combo with Deadeye, where you create infinite mana, and then you can capsize everyone's permanents. If you have Gutter Snipe out, that's pretty much just a win. Gutter Snipe was one of the recent additions. Dealing 2 to each opponent for every time you cast an instant or sorcery is pretty effective in this deck. Other cards that have those kinds of effects in this deck that don't just outright win the game, but do a lot of work in terms of giving you some advantage, are Young Pyromancer and Talrand. Those two are the kind of big, I'm not necessarily lethal, but like I'm going to apply pressure kind of cards. Oh, and Visions of Beyond is another addition to the deck, because a lot of the times in Commander, people will have 20 or more cards in their graveyard, and if not, drawing a card from one isn't terrible. As for the rest of it, you have some Storm cards and Empty the Warrens and Mind's Desire. So Empty the Warrens works well with a lot of your ETB triggers like Perforos or Impact Tremors, and can often kill people that way. And Mind's Desire allows you to basically go through your entire library, especially if you've comboed off with Capsize. So sometimes, like, Capsize is great for controlling, keeping people's lands off the board, but if you just have the infinite combo and no way of winning, Mind's Desire can help you get to that point. Mizzix's Mastery and Past in Flames, they give you a little bit of graveyard recursion, allow you to use your yard. Mog Infestation is nice politics. You can wipe a player out, which is nice if someone's like kind of getting ahead. Vandal Blast is just good. Artifact Hate, because there are a lot of important artifacts in the format. Right now I'm keeping Wing Splicer in because I have Hammer of Perforos in the deck. That may shift. I'm thinking of making this a Solemn Simulacrum, but we'll see. The rest of the creatures, Archaeomancer's recent addition for the sake of, returning something from your graveyard, which can be incredibly useful. Cloud of Fairies and Deadeye combo out. Deadeye also combos with Great Whale and Peregrine Drake, as I mentioned before. Then you have the Deceiver Exarch, Kiki Jiki, and Pestermite, all form a combo, as well as Zealous Conscripts can combo out with Kiki Jiki. Venser is just kind of a good blue card for Commander. And Perforos can give you ETB triggers for your twins so you don't have to attack. Artifacts, Soul Ring, pretty straightforward. Thought Vessel fits in this deck pretty well because you sometimes do go over hand size. Mind Stone allows you to draw a card. Is it Signet? Fixes. Elixir is added so that you don't deck yourself. And then Commander Sphere, Darksteel Ingot, and Hammer of Perforos. Well, Hammer of Perforos is a different category, but these two are 3 mana, fix for any color, basically. And Hammer of Perforos is the last piece of the puzzle so that you can Pestermite on your own turn and then Splinter Twin on the same turn, which can sometimes be useful. So this is what the deck is looking at the moment, and I'm pretty pleased with what it looks like. Check out the videos and let me know what you think. Thanks.